You are probably watching this on my YouTube channel or on Facebook. If you are watching it or wherever you're watching it, maybe even on Substack, if you could just type the channel that you're on, that would be hugely helpful. So into the comments type YouTube, Facebook, Substack, also might be watching on TikTok. So I want to talk to you today about how I am setting goals to reach my physical goals and also give you some incredible resources that can help you reach goals in absolutely any area of your life. And we use 3 words only. And these 3-word goals can dramatically change your life. And they're really changing mine, and I'm seeing huge progress. So I want to jump in right now and just have a look here. We should be right here on the goal sheet here. So this is our progress tracker. Again, there's a link to a PDF for this in the description of this post, so you can go ahead and download the PDF. It will be my PDF, my progress tracker. If you want the Canva template so you can build out your own progress goals and everything like that, just type Canva into the comments. Happy to get it for you for free. So when you think about your life, there are 6 areas where we want to set goals. We change the names of these sometimes a little bit, but first thing is the physical life. The second thing is your financial life. The third thing is your relational life, so your friends, family, etc. Then the work life, or the creative life, if you like. Your reputational life, how are you known by the world? And then lastly, the fun life, what kind of fun are you going to have? And you can see we try and get your goals into 3 words only in each category. Why? Because if it's easy to describe, it will be simple to say. And if it's simple to say, you're likely to achieve it. That's how we want to go. And we want to break these goals down into achievable monthly steps. And again, use 3-word little labels to help and create more momentum. By having these monthly steps, we can enlist a team. So again, all the worksheets under here. So just to give you an example of my 3-word goals, you'll get really familiar with them. This one here is, pardon me, my goodness. Got to get the colors right here. Here we go. Is to be fittest at 50, all right? So 3 words, easy to describe, right? Fittest at 50. Here, 100K stack months. Easy to describe. Here, fully alive dad, right? And you see how easy they are, but then how do you get there? How do you get to your particular goals? Want to build a 200 strong community, right? 200 strong community. These are my goals. What separates me from them? How do I make sure that I reach them? How do I make sure that I'm the fittest that I can be at 50? It's not going to happen just by putting it up on the wall. World famous work here, right? And so the goal sheets, whatever your 3-word goals are, and again, if you want help creating your goals, just send me a message with help with goals, and there's my messenger link underneath this video for Facebook where I get most of my messages. And this is smash work life. So in other words, everything is fun. There's no like work-life balance anymore. All right, so those are my goals. You'll have yours, but we want to start by looking at physical goals, because what we're doing in the physical can be done to achieve any of these goals, and that's where it's really fun. Just so you know, I'm about a month in and I'm seeing just some tremendous results, and I'm fully energized, and I'm going after things, and I'm motivated, and I have a clear pathway forward to achieve everything that I want. And whatever it is that you want in your life, whatever goal it is that you have, or just wonder if that would be possible, if you create incremental steps, a clear pathway, and have a support team and all the tools you need, you will absolutely succeed. It's absolutely written down. It's in your heart for a reason, and you can do it if you plan it out right. And so if we come here to this particular graph here, this is our physical life map. And so you can see, just to highlight some things to make sure that it's clear, this was March 19th, 2024. This is March 19th, 2025. This is where I want to reach my goal of being the fittest I've ever been in my life at 50, right? And you can see that that's my 3-word goal. So that's where I'm going from. This is the baseline. That's my starting point. And you can see we've broken it down into months. But over here, you'll see that we have specific goals. How do I know when I'm the fittest I've ever been at 50? Well, I want to be able to do 50 pull-ups. I want to do 5 vertical push-ups. want to be able to bench press 277 pounds 3 times. These are hard goals. I want to run 1,500 meters in 4 minutes 35 and beat my 16-year-old time. Ouch, that's hard. I want to do 5 pistol squats. If you've never done them, don't try. They're very difficult. And I want to squat 330 pounds. And so if I can reach all those goals by March 19th, 2026, I should say. So we've got a little time warp here. So this is 25, pardon me. I need to correct that. 25, and this is 26. Then I know that I will have succeeded. And so as we go through here, what we're saying is, what's the pathway for each of these particular goals? What's the increment for the 50 pull-ups? And so if I'm doing 50 pull-ups here, then what I know from our table here is I want to be able to do 45 pull-ups here, right? 45. If I can get to 45 there, I reckon I can get to 50 there. Wouldn't you agree? But I want to also get to 40 by here. And so for pull-ups, we're kind of going, well, where are we starting from? We're starting from really about 8 here. And then we're going up to 10. So we're starting a bit slower. Then we're going up to 15. Then we're going up to 20. Then we're going up to 25. Then we're going up to 27. So we're going to plateau for a little bit, get a bit stronger. Then we're going up to 30. Then we're going up to 33. Then we're going up to 37. And so you can see, every month I can check in, but my journey through this is here. If I don't reach a goal, I can replot it out. But all I have to focus on this month is getting to 10 pull-ups. 10 pull-ups by next week. I've been at 8, right? So I can do it. If you think about running times, then started really slow, 7 minutes 57 here. So slow. Remember, I've got to get to 4 minutes 35 up here. And if I just think about that, it's absolutely overwhelming, isn't it? But if I just go, you know what, next time I run, I'm going to try and get to 7 minutes. I'm going to try and get to 7 minutes. It's still pretty slow, but I reckon I can go from there to there. And then the next time I get a little bit faster, I'm at 6:30. And then I'm at 6 minutes. And then, you know, maybe I just, my times don't get much quicker for a bit. Maybe I just start to plateau a bit. I'm just trying to get 10 seconds faster every month. It's a bit more doable, isn't it? And so you can see here that we're creating a goal here. And we can do it with all our goals. Now, some of our goals are not qualitative. I realize I'm geeking out on this stuff, but hopefully you are too. But like a pistol squat, guess what? I can't do any right now, and I can't do one next month either. So I have to break it down into, what do I need to learn? What do I need to imagine? And so we're going to have little more increments. So my May goal for pistol squats is to get my hamstrings to 120 degrees when I lie on my back and put my leg up. I want to get it past the 90 degrees. And so that's progress, because that's what I need to do to get to 5 over here. And so sometimes we have to play around and we have to have different goals, learning goals, etc., to help us reach our goals. Does that make sense? But what's fun is you can start to think about, okay, well, what about a financial goal? And why is it that I've making progress physically but not financially? Well, the truth is I don't have clear goals. I have a clear overarching goal, but I've never broken it down. And so what we want to think about here is perhaps instead of 50 pull-ups, we have 5 revenue streams. And then when we start to break it down, we can go stuff like this. Revenue streams. And you go, okay, the first month we just want to make 10K total, right? Maybe it's like that. Second month, we want to make, then we want to make 15K, right? Consistent. Maybe we want to do that 2 months in a row. And then we want to add, so have 3 revenue streams now, right? And we want to get to 20K. And so, actually, that's probably not the best way to do it. Let me rub that out. So we're measuring 2 metrics there. So if we just go revenue streams here, and we go, okay, at the moment I have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. That gets us to our total. So rather than trying to work 5 different revenue streams all at once, let's just get one consistent and then go 2. So that's revenue streams. And then perhaps we have another goal where we go, I want to make just cash flow, like cash collected. So we go cash and we go, okay, maybe 10K at the moment. Well, okay, let's go to 15K. And then let's go to 20K. And let's go to 30K. Let's go to 40K. And then we start to ask, well, how am I going to do that, right? How am I going to get there? Maybe one part of your goal financially is for debt reduction, right? Maybe your goal is to be debt free in 12 months. Well, maybe you start off with just awareness. And then the next step is negotiation. And then you go, okay, I got it down by 50%. So now it's half. I want to get my debt negotiated down to 50%. That could be the goal. And then you start to go, okay, all right, well, I'm going to get it down. And now maybe you know what it is. It's 100K. And you go, okay, now I want it to be 90K. Now I want it to be 80K. And as your revenue's going up, guess what? You can start paying more down. So it's just a matter of getting complete control so you can go, okay, this is how I'm going to get financial control in my life because all these things are affecting me. And these are the checkpoints along the way that I know I need to hit. And I can reevaluate them at any stage. Does that make sense? Same as your relational life. Remember, my goal here is to be a fully alive dad. Well, heck, how do you measure that? How do you decide what a fully alive dad is? That's tough, right? Well, maybe it's not as tough as you might think. Maybe if we just get rid of some of this here and go, I'm just trying to get the right thing on here. It's not really working for me. Okay, here we go. So then we're saying, okay, well, what are our goals here? And we come in and we go, okay, fully alive dad. I can use a clicker. We use clickers. I can reduce have 0 criticism days. I don't know. Is that possible? Or I can say 30 days of fun. I don't know. I mean, even if I did this, right? 30 days of fun. So every day I have to do something fun with the kids. I could say, okay, right now, every month I'm having about 5. Next month I want to aim for 7 days of fun, 10 days of fun, 12 days of fun, 13 days of fun. How do you measure it? Maybe you have to ask your kids, right? But how do I turn this aspiration into a goal? I've got to break down and have micro goals. I got to do the work. I'm not saying I've done the work yet, but part of the fun is to figure out, how do I get here? Because this is imperative. I can't go another day without being fully alive and a fully empowered dad. And when you think about the cost of not reaching your goals is horrendous. If my goal or my destiny is to make 100K stack months and I wait 3 years before I can do it, that's literally cost me $3.6 million, right? Because that's all that time when I haven't reached my goals. That's a deficit. It costs a lot not to reach your goals. If I spend 3 years figuring out how to be a passion-filled dad, that's a world of pain for my kids, seeing me less alive than I should be and seeing the worst parts of me, right? And so as you think about your goals, it has to be imperative that you reach them because the cost of time is very severe. If you want help reaching your goals, put "help me please" into the chat box and we'll do it together. It doesn't have to be scary or difficult or hard. And if we come in here and we think about, okay, what are you building? What are you creating? What are you trying to establish with your life? We ask the same question here. We go, you know what? What do I need to build? What am I wanting to build? What am I creating that I'm here on this earth for? Am I trying to, I don't know, create a knitting pattern business? Am I trying to Am I trying to build a community that helps others? We had someone on a call today who is helping people who are sex trafficked, right? That's amazing. She's building a community to help those people. Incredible. And so when she thinks about that goal, set women free could be her goal, right? Set women free. That'd be a great 3-word goal. Set women free, right? So she put set women free. If it's just women, which I think it is in this case. Then what are her goals to do that? How does she get there? What is her goal this month? Maybe it's help. Maybe just number of people helped is one goal. And she goes, you know what? At the moment, I'm helping 5 a month. Next month, I want to help 6. Next month, I want to have 7. Next month, I want to have 8. Then I want to take a jump. I want to help 15. Then I want to help 20. Then I want to help 25. Then I want to help 30. Then I want to help 35. Then I want to help 50. Then I want to help 75. Then I want to help 90. And then by this time next year, I want to be helping 100 women every single month, right? And so that makes it easy because she can go, okay, this month I just want to help one more person. I'm here, but I want to help one more, 2 more. And sometimes we see for some metrics, growth is like that. It's like that. We start slow and then we have a speedy part and then we start to level off. That's fine. At least she knows my goal is to find one more woman this month. My goal here to go from 8 to 15, I've got to launch something. I've got to create an event. I've got to get a news article. I've got to create more awareness. But every one of these goals, we should have 6 metrics that we're measuring that plot out your success and that you can go, yep, I reached my goals. You know, if you want to do world famous work, that's an interesting one. What does that mean? What does it mean for your reputation to grow? When your reputation is high, everything flows, right? When your reputation is more of a mystery, everything doesn't grow. And so what does it mean for me to grow my reputation? Say our work is world famous. Well, maybe it's podcasts. So maybe I need to get on some podcasts, right? Maybe that's part of the metric is to get on increasingly good podcasts. So perhaps I say, look, I want to do podcasts here. Podcast guest. Esteemed podcast guest, right? And so I say, you know what? I want to be on some of the top podcasts in the world by here. That's my goal. But to start with, I'm going to be on 5 average ones. Then 5 slightly better ones. Then 5 better. And I start to measure their audience and I go, okay, this can just be anyone here. Here, they need to have at least 10,000 views on average, right? Or whatever. And then here, 20,000. And you work your way up. You'd have to do the research, but at least you have a goal. At least you have forward progression. At least you know what you're doing. And that's just one metric for world famous work. For me, on our Substack, we have 4,500 subscribers right now. So that's my baseline here, 4,500. Well, actually, we're 4,200 there. We're going to be 4,500 here. So we made 300. So what I want to be, I want to go by 500 here. I want to be 5,000 here. I want to be 6,000 here because things grow exponentially. I want to be 8,000 here. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by September. That's free subscribers. Then I'm happy to rest for a bit. So I might just go to 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000 and go, okay, I want to have 16,000 subscribers. Free subscribers. That's maybe one metric that we're after. Maybe another part of having world famous work is paid subscribers. Paid subscribers. And so maybe we go, you know what? I got 35 or something at the moment. Not really been a big focus. So we want to go from 35 to 1,000. 1,000 is reasonable. If you've got 16,000 subscribers, 1,000 paid subscribers is a good target. And to go 35, man, I just want to get to 50 here. And then I want to get to 100. Then I want to get to 200. And right, and so you start to chart up your direction. The point is you must have goals and you must map it out. And the more you're in control of what you want, the more you'll get it. And you can see it very clearly with physical life. It works. It's the same for those other areas. If you want your reputation to grow, it's not going to happen overnight. What are the social media posts that are going to help your reputation grow, right? Where are you going to appear? And just getting very clear. Again, you can see, if we jump back in here, you can see I'm very clear on the physical side of things. Why? Because my goals are very, very measurable and very clearly defined. And my steps are very clear. So I'm almost certain to get very close to reaching my goals. I'm absolutely guaranteed, if I follow this, to being the fittest I've ever been in my life at 50, and almost without a doubt fitter than I was, right? That's already happening. And so growth is absolutely guaranteed here. But when we get to here, there's a reason that it hasn't always worked, and that is because I have not planned it out. And so by planning it out, we will succeed hugely. Again, I'm so excited to jump on a call with you. And if you want to do more of this together, you should definitely message me, help with goals, via my Facebook Messenger button, because we can sit down and do all this together and figure out what this looks like to help you grow and reach your goals. Remember, every day you're not reaching your goals is another day that you are treading water and getting more and more weak and tired in the water, waiting for a rescue. Let's set the goals. Let's aim for the horizon. Let's swim for shore, stroke after stroke, beat after beat, breath after breath, wave after wave. We will get to shore, and we will get to that island where everything we need is waiting for us. Let me get out of here. Thank you so much. Message me.